Hello everyone, I am actually in the grain store at the moment, getting ready to start our opening. So I'm just going to give it a couple of minutes while some people come on, and then I'll start official proceedings. But what I might do actually, while we're waiting for a few more people to join us, is I might just show everyone the exhibition, because you would normally have a bit of a look for the official start of the opening. So I'm just going to do a bit of a quick walk through. I'm not going to talk about who these artists are yet, because I will be doing that throughout the opening. So just waiting on a few people down the street. Probably think I'm a bit nuts right now, but anyway. Hope everyone's having a nice Sunday. So I'm actually inside the exhibition, inside the window space. So I can't show you everything yet. I will take you outside. There's a couple of pieces. You can see the back of a couple of pieces here, which we'll see once we start. All right, there's a few people here now, so I'm going to get officially started. Probably want to see my face again maybe. So I'll start today by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land, skies and waters from where I'm streaming, the Order people of the Order Nation. I acknowledge their elders, past, present and future, and I acknowledge the strong connection that Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people have with culture and creativity. I also recognise that I am streaming from lands that were never ceded. I do also realise that there could be some people streaming or listening in from other nations, so I acknowledge those traditional owners also. So I would also like to acknowledge all of our board members and staff at the grain store. So it takes a big team of people to put these things together, and especially at the moment working under pretty extenuating circumstances like we all are across the whole world. So yeah, I really would like to thank Ruby and all of the board members who helped in putting this show together, some of which are artists. So I will talk about that in a moment. Speaking of artists, we had 19 artists produce 27 works for this exhibition, which I'm really pleased about, and I want to congratulate all of you, as well as I can see Kim Carter is watching in, and all of her students as well, and Kim for helping get her students' work together too. So those students weren't included in that number, so even more than 19. I'll have to do an official count later on. So what I thought I would do is actually sort of spend a little bit of time in front of some of the different works. I'm going to start, I might turn the camera around so you can see the work. So I'm just starting at the start of where it's installed. This piece down here is by Judy Ormond. Judy is a local photographer who has been a massive contributor to the grain store over the years. I have written in my notes that just Judy's contribution to the grain store is bright art, or bright in times when it's needed. The photograph is actually of Lyndon Lancaster and her work, which was actually exhibited here in the start of end of 2017. So another big contributor to the grain store, and another person who creates really incredible artwork in there. So moving up, Sue Reed's work there, which is Birth of Klimt. Sue's created, it's a textile piece. I'm just going to go a bit closer so you can see. So Sue has created quite a collection of work about this subject. So the birth of Gustav Klimt, so a big influence. Gustav Klimt, for those who don't know, is an artist So her style there is quite influenced and inspired by his work. He's a painter though. This is actually my piece. I'm Kristieretalic. I didn't actually mention that at the start. Most people probably know already. My piece is also, it's about a moment of bright art and grey times, I guess. Reflections are annoying. So my work comes from, it's a collage piece, and the bright colours that you see in the middle there are actually work that I created with my kids at a time when I wasn't really coping particularly well, and I've sort of reimagined that into my new time now where I'm doing a lot better. Amanda Hocking. So Amanda spent some time in Germany and spent a lot of time looking at the work of Franz Marc, who's a German expressionist painter, he quite famously painted some blue horses. Amanda is very passionate about her horses and found a bit of comfort in painting them while away from home. We've got a piece by Philipchaffer, also a board member at the grain store. Reflections are a bit hard in here because I'm right in the window. Philippa, I wanted to talk about this one a bit because this piece, this topic and subject is quite important to the time that we're in right now. So a lot of local people know Philippa's house based on this donkey. So this donkey actually is I guess pretty famous around the Catupna, Nathalia areas. So Philippa has, as you can see, included a mask on the donkey, and the echidna watches on from the fence post. I know there is a friend of mine who's a nurse and a paramedic. She texted me as soon as she saw this and said just how delighted she was to have a bit of a laugh on her way to work. So I really love that story. It's not bright, colourful, but it's a bright story. It's a nice story. We've got some work from Anne Christie down here, another long-time contributor to the grain store, and has produced some really beautiful, simple colour and really nice, bright, bold artwork there from Anne. Now, speaking of long-time contributors to the grain store, we've got Joan Harding's work up here. Joan has, again, been contributing here for a long time. Now, this is one of Joan's favourite topics, or favourite subjects to paint, which is the Wackity Creek Church. So Joan has spent many, many years outside painting, loves painting outdoors, much prefers that than being in the studio. She's captured some morning light in her work here, and that's her contribution as bright art and grey time. So that moment when the light just peeks through that little time, which is really special in the morning. Oops. And up here we've got work from Anne Tim. Again, another very, very valuable grain store contributor. Anne told me that she has never until this work done any abstract figure work. So really, really impressive to give that a go and, do it really well. Includes as well her signature billy buttons down the bottom, which I think is a really nice little spray of brightness across the painting there. I don't normally do such an analysis of everyone's work in the opening, so I hope everyone's okay with me doing this. Olive Sage, an ex-board member from the grain store and another really, really important contributor to what we do here. This work is about children and colour and what they bring to a mood, I guess, to life and to your happiness. So that is Olive's grandson in those photos. There's two pieces by Rachel Dollar. I'm just going to move the camera so you can see both of them. I don't have to talk about her twice. So Rachel has, this is her second time as far as I know, I apologise Rachel if there's been more, contributing to shows at the grain store. These collages, I was really, really happy when Rachel got them here. It was a little bit of a challenge. We, as many artists and many people right now know, traveling and getting from place to place, and knowing that you're doing the right thing by doing that can be a little bit difficult. So it got here, and I'm really pleased to have these awesome, bright, colourful works in the grain store as part of this show. Okay, coming around this way. I'm not sure if you can tell the layout by the way I'm walking around here, but I'll show you from outside as well. So down at the bottom left corner there is Judy Lee's work, Red Talk. So I have only had this show up since yesterday morning, and there's been heaps of interest in that piece. So I think it's just a really beautiful display of really nice graphic simplicity, and she's done a really great job. That's actually textile work as well. I'll go up a little bit closer. So seed stitching. Okay, there's another Judy Ormond photograph there. Okay, so Bill Kelly, grain store board member and founder. I'm just trying to get a good angle here so that we don't see me and the street so much in his work. So Bill has, he's been contributing brightness to the art world for a very long time, and this work is part of a bigger series. He actually has some more of this series or similar work in his own window right now, which he's had up since the start of the pandemic, and I think that really is it shows what Bill and Veronica, his wife, who has a piece in here too, do for Natalia. They always come up with a brightness and a way to celebrate art in the street and amongst the people in Natalia. And further. This work here is by Sarah Hemmings. I'm deliberately not telling anyone the names of these works because I'm so scared I'll get one wrong, so I'm just not saying any names. So Sarah is a teacher over in Moama, and she took part in our teachers show last year. So I was really happy when we got another contribution out of Sarah. It's really exciting to see how other shows can grow our artist space and the people and the diversity in artists that we have here at the grain store. So really beautiful colours. That's a lino cut that's hand tinted with, I think it's watercolour, hand tinted with watercolour. Bev Dowd. Bev is president of the Splinter Contemporary Artists Group. There's been a couple of other Splinter artists who I've talked about already. So Bev's created a really beautiful little drawing there with some watercolour work as well. Beautiful idea of that brightness of colour coming through a dark foreground. I think it's a really, really strong, again, quite graphic, which, plays to my tastes anyway. This is Veronica Kelly's work. Now she, again, I mentioned before, is Bill Kelly's wife and was also a founder of the grain store and is still a board member. So Veronica, she has a very signature style and it is very bright. So we love Veronica's bright, playful artworks in the grain store, and she contributes also to Natalia a lot in the arts. Also has work up in the window of their home, which is on the main street in Natalia. I've just let everyone know where they live, but anyway. We've got another photograph by Olive, some autumn leaves. Now this piece here is by Ruby Wyatt Carter. I mentioned Ruby at the start of the opening. Ruby is a staff member here at the grain store and an ex-board member, and also has been contributing for a very long time to the grain store. So she's only 19, but she has been contributing for a very long time. She mentioned to me the other day, I've been recently doing a lot of archival work for our website, so you can actually see a lot of our archives now on the website if anyone's interested. And Ruby mentioned, oh yeah, I contributed to that. I think I was only 13, but I did, and I thought that's just absolutely fabulous that she's still really engaged and wanting to be part of what we do here. Love this work. I think Ruby's strength lies in her drawing. She's a very, very strong drawer and she's created some beautiful colour there too. Philipchaffer. Also a very important contributor to the grain store. If there's a show, if there's a performance, if there's a workshop, if there's an exhibition opening, if Kay can be here, she will absolutely be here. So we're really, really happy to have some of Kay's work up in the gallery. Anne works with Kay, so this is Anne Tim's work, as well as the other piece that I mentioned before. Anne mentioned to me when I was asking her about these pieces that Kay was experimenting with watercolours, wet on wet, and using some droppers to drop the colours on there. So she's done a really beautiful job creating some really nice colourful playfulness in her work there. Now I'm at the end, so I'm gonna, sorry if this makes everyone feel a bit sick, but I'm going to go out the front and show you, oh, I missed one. Carolyn Drennan, the one 3D piece in the show, which is why I missed it before, sorry Carolyn. Carolyn has contributed a quilt, and it is a work in progress, so you may notice that the edges there are still in progress, but she is also a big supporter of the grain store, loves what we do and always comes in with great supportive comments. Not sure if this is her first time exhibiting here, but first time since I've been working here. So yes, again, beautiful colour, and it was really nice to have a three-dimensional work to put in the show. Okay, going out the front door now, so just gonna show you the ceiling for a bit. Yeah, there may be a little bit of street noise while I'm out the front. Hi everyone, you can see my face now. So I'll do a quick walk by. I'm not sure how it's going to go with the reflection, but this is how we've set it up. So if you can't make it to Nathalia at the moment, we do understand. But you know, I'm doing this so that I can actually then show it later on our website as well, so that people can see. So there are a few pieces still to talk about here. This is my really complicated labelling system. I'm hoping it works for people. Hopefully it's not complicated actually. So that's another piece by Sue Reed. I'll just go as close as I can to there. Another photograph by Judy Ormond. Now here, this is not going to be the best way to see this. I will put this up on our website as well, so you can see it. We just got cut off for a second there, not sure, I'm hoping that we're back and okay. This is Kim Carter's student work, so there's some sculpture work and some photography. So we're seeing some photography of typography there. I'm so excited about the work that we're seeing here, and I hope that there's going to be some more work seen at the grain store by these students in the future. Really exciting stuff. So thank you, Kim. Meg Dollar, now I'm sorry Meg, this is really bad with reflections, but there will be a beautiful photo of this up on our website so you can see it properly. Meg's been doing some slow stitching, and she happened to have a bit of grey felt that she's working on there. Oh, that's a little bit better. So she's just been picking that up and adding to it when she can. And we've got another piece by Judy Lee there. So I've already talked a little bit about Jude, and that I think is everyone's work, which I've never done that in an opening before, talked about every single piece, especially 27 pieces. It's a lot of hard work, and I hope that everyone has enjoyed that, and I declare the exhibition officially open. So thank you so much for watching. If you've got any questions at all, what I'm going to do is actually just sort of be checking in and answering them by text. So yeah, feel free to ask me questions if you want. And thank you so much. Thank you, artists. Thank you, everyone. Thanks everyone who's putting beautiful comments on there. It's lovely to see that people are actually watching. Okay, bye.